Hey,
Charlie, what's up, dude?
man, you got a green wall. Are you making movies?
Yeah, we try to do some podcasting, some videos in here. We literally bought a house just so we had an extra room for like an office,
Kind of
and
cool.
it's a work in progress, is what it is.
I feel like creative spaces are supposed to be messy.
It's
Like,
very messy. Like this back part is like clean, but everything in front of me is an absolute disaster.
I love it.
Now I feel like you're the same way though, because first off, you have a huge creative outlet like on TikTok, like following that.
Yeah.
And I'm so curious for you when you jumped on TikTok, did you realize how it was going to change kind of the music game? Or were you just like, let's just see what happens?
I didn't realize that it was going to be so influential in in chart positions of real life songs, but
God, yes.
I did know that there was something to it with the amount of people that were falling in love with like one particular song at the moment and making their own content around that. I had never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely just blows up songs and artists out of, nowhere, which is awesome because artists are able to be in the spotlight. But for someone like you, it's also a great outlet because you're able to just sit there. And I love following your TikTok because you show the creative process of your just entire array of how you make a song, which is
Well,
so cool.
well, thanks. I think it's pretty cool too, but I never thought that my career would be based around how I make the music. In like 2019, I thought I had to be like super secretive about my process, and I wasn't like letting anybody in. And now in 2022, it's like everyone's gonna know every song on my album before it even comes out, and I love that. That's how it should be.
Yeah, I think that's much better though, because even when like, okay, let's jump into Light Switch really quick. Like I remember seeing your TikToks pop up, and you're like, "All right, let's just make a song." And I was like, "Oh, what's he about to do?" And you're like, "I like the sound of this," and you're recording it. And I think people really like the behind the scenes because when they hear it, all they picture is like, "Man, I remember seeing Charlie up on TikTok just creating it, and now it's popping on hot or whatever."
I think people just want to learn. That's why the talk is so great. It's like people want to learn how to cook things. People want to, you know, learn where their favorite songs come from. I'm essentially just a cooking channel for with no food. And
Solid, yeah. With just music, you're cooking up those beats and everything else that you make with music.
up hot fire. That's what I'm.
Yeah, all that flame in there. That's sick. Also on TikTok, just really quick, I didn't even like make this a note, but I always follow it. You and Benny Blanco, like, what's the deal with you two, man?
I have zero clue because
Oh my god.
I at one point were working on a song, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, are we good?" He was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Are we good?"
His
Hey,
deep voice.
on TikTok about me. Are you mad at me? You're like, "No, I was just messing around." I'm like, "Okay." And then
Mm.
the next day, I see like 5 videos of him making fun of me still
He goes after you, but then you never say anything back.
because I'm like, "Where is this coming from?"
That's it. Always just cracks me up because I'm like, Benny, what are you doing, man? Charlie's over here just making music.
And then I'll
But
call him the next day, and then he'll be like, "Oh no, we're just joking." I'm like,
yeah.
"Okay," and then he'll just go in on me the
Oh
next.
yeah, absolutely. Now let's jump in because, dude, like first off, your vibe is so legit. Like I like the flow with the hair, everything about your essence now. It's changed and it's awesome. But also everybody's talking about it, and I have so many DMs wanting me to ask you about the thirst traps and things that you're posting up on your Instagram, things that are going viral with
I don't
you.
know what you mean.
Oh, you know what I mean. Literally, the picture I posted up you on my Insta story to say, "Hey, I'm talking to Charlie today," is you with a banana. And I don't know
Yeah,
what you do with that banana, Charlie.
potassium in your diet.
I mean, I like a good banana, but I don't take pictures like that.
Yeah, well, I'm just showing people like how I make a song. Like this is how you eat a banana.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, no, it's just just capturing you in the moment. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like I didn't see you there.
Oh, didn't know there was a camera right there. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hello, film crew that I paid to be here. Didn't expect you.
Didn't know that I was just going to be having my potassium for the day. When you go on dates, so I got a question from Ashley that popped up on my Instagram. She was like, "Okay, what is your ideal like first date when you go out on a date with whoever?"
Not being in public.
I can only imagine that everywhere you go, there's somebody.
Yeah, and I feel like it should be like something fun, like maybe, I don't know, we go to like iPic or something like that. That's a movie theater, right?
Is it? I don't know. I've never seen an iPic. That might be over on your side of the coast.
I don't really go on too many dates as of recently. I've just been so knee deep into this third self-titled album of mine.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's good. I mean, hey, that's taking up your time. It's gonna pay off. I'm super excited to see this album, and I see that you've had a lot of like chit chats with Sir Elton John.
Yeah, no big deal or anything like that. I
No,
found out that we're neighbors. That's funny enough.
that's awesome. And I heard that he called your music really like crappy a couple years ago. That's fine. I liked it. I like. But when you hear that, because I thought it was cool, because obviously I feel like one, he's your neighbor, but two, he's kind of taking you under the wing a little bit. Maybe had those great conversations with someone that's done as much as Elton John has done. Do you have someone like a newer artist that you've taken under your wing? Because obviously you're like a musical genius when it comes to this stuff. Who have you taken under your wing?
Not any. Well, I mean, there's a few. There's I I just love talking to people that love to do music and make it their living and write music in hopes of it, like, reaching a lot of people, because that's what we have something in common. Like, there's this wonderful composer named Emily Bear who is already nominated for a Grammy and is writing full orchestral scores. There's this girl, Becca Means, on TikTok, who has a really nice voice, who's just starting to write music. I love being like, I'm gonna be like 80 years old and like tapping into like the latest and greatest like producers of the time. Like, what kind of songs are you making? I'm gonna really be into it.
Well, I feel like you're kind of different than a lot of artists, though, because there's a couple artists just that come around generation to generation that are just so absorbed in music. And this is just how I view you, and I think a lot of people view you as well. Like, you're so in just love with the craft of music, which is so cool, which just takes it to a whole other level. But like, for somebody that wants to get on the same level as maybe you're going, like, what is that thing that you tell younger artists that's like, hey, if you want to make this work, here's the layout.
Right. The biggest thing is, it's very simple. Tell the truth. Always tell the truth. When you're writing a song, tell the truth. Don't try and make a song. Don't look at radio charts and say, oh, Ghost by Justin Bieber is #1. So I therefore have to make a song that sounds like Ghost because that's what's popular. What they don't realize is that song was made a year and a half ago, maybe even more. Radio stations and record labels, everybody is always looking for personality driven music that is like the person's personality with some melody sprinkled on top of it, which is why everyone's turning to TikTok right now, because people are showing off, you guessed it, their personality the most. So of course people are going to be the most vulnerable on the app, and they're going to make music that's mirroring that.
Yeah, you're just literally being your authentic self when it comes across, and people will gravitate toward that. That's like just people on TikTok in general.
That's it. It showed me to. I mean, people, like, I learned it from TikTok, but like I really learned it from watching people be vulnerable on the internet. It's changed my songwriting and my approach to it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, and we could hear it because obviously, like every day when I hear Light Switch, like there's a whole like vision that I have in my head when I hear it. But for you, when you're writing it or you're putting it out there, what do you want us to be thinking when we're hearing it? Like, what is the story that you want us to be walking us through when we're listening to it?
Right. Well, I mean, with Light Switch, for example, like I always wanted to write "A Shape of You" by Ed Sheeran. I always wanted to like have "I'm in love with your body, oh my, ooh." I just wanted it to be a very, very simple song, and I always wanted to have that. I never had that. So Light Switch is basically my answer to that. So I want people to go to the club and play this loudly in their car on a long car ride with the windows all rolled down, just like really simple stuff. Life's hard enough. Just put on Light Switch and just kind of just escape for a little minute.
I like that. You're just having fun when you're listening to it, and an easy song to just have a good time to, and that's what it does. I mean, you definitely accomplished that, which is cool.
Fast too. It's the fastest song on the radio right now.
That will also, with that question though, like for you, how long does it take you to write a song? Let's just say like today, you're like, ooh, I have an idea. From start to finish, maybe not all the details all edited and everything like that, but how long does it take you?
Light Switch took like 20 minutes, and then I kind of edited it down.
Crazy, man. That's awesome.
You again took 10 minutes. The really good ones happened pretty instantaneously, I must say. We don't talk anymore. It took a very small amount of time. The thing just popped into my head.
It just pops. And then is it one of those things for you that as soon as it hits, you just got to go to work on it?
No, I actually prefer to let it sit and
Uh,
simmer in my head for like a couple of weeks because then I can work it out in my head. Because the best music, I believe, comes about when you're not trying to make music.
mm,
Weird psychology thing you have to play with your brain.
yeah.
So, like, I wrote the verse to Attention. You run around, run around, run around when I was running around trying to catch a flight. And I was out of breath. And then I finally got to the ticket desk. I gave her the ticket. I sat down on the plane. I was like, I'm running around, running around, running around. It just like popped in subconsciously. So, and I had already had the hook for Attention in my head. So I was like, oh, that'll be a great verse. So that's why I prefer to like not do it all at once.
Yeah. No, okay. I get it. You don't want to try too hard on it, or else it doesn't come, like you said earlier, like authentically and just forms
Yeah.
itself.
You just gotta, it should be easy to listen to and as easy it is to make it as well. It should be easy to make it and easy to listen to.
I like it. And just lastly, Charlie, just for you, because I remember the last time you were in Tampa, got to go to that show over at the Amp.
Yeah.
When are we going to see you again?
It'll be this year. I know it'll be this year. I hear management talking in the corner and they're saying the words tour and this year. So that must mean this year.
Oh, okay. Hey, I like it. Hey, we're pumped to see you over here. And so it's super exciting.
I love being in Tampa. My voice always sounds so good in Tampa because it's
Oh,
so.
yeah. Yes, no, we absolutely enjoy it every time you're here. So thank you so much, Charlie, for taking the time. Just can't wait to hear everything else you come out with, man.
Thanks, man. After this, I'm gonna go work on it more.
Heck yeah. Make it happen. All right. Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, enjoy your workhouse.
Thanks.
See you.